People always ask me what it's like living in 128 square foot. Well, this is what one ordinary week looks like.
Living in a tiny house doesn't mean there's less work. It just means the work looks a little different. Between caring for my chickens, tending the garden, washing laundry, and keeping my tiny home running, there's always something to do. Come spend a week with me here at the Midnight Rose.
Every morning starts the same way. Before I can do anything else, I have to come out and feed the chickens.
They're still young, so every week I notice something new. I always spend a few minutes just watching them before moving on to the rest of my morning. After the chickens, it's time to check the garden. One thing I've learned is that every day out here is different. After taking care of the chickens, it's time to check the garden. Some plants are doing great, some are struggling, but every season teaches me something new. Even if all I bring inside is a handful of green onions, it still feels like a win.
A lot of people ask me why I wash my clothes outside and hang them to dry instead of going to a laundromat. And the truth is, I hate going to a laundromat. It seems like it takes your clothes twice as long to wash and dry at a laundromat than it does here at home. So I would rather just sit at home for an extra hour and do them here where I can do something else in between while I'm waiting for the clothes instead of going to a laundromat and wasting all that extra money for the machines.
This little washer does everything I need it to do. And once the clothes are clean, I just hang them out here to dry. It works well, saves me money, and it's one more way I've adapted to living in 128 square feet. When I first moved into my tiny house, I thought this would be one of the biggest adjustments. Now it's just part of the routine. Keeping a tiny house clean doesn't take long, but because it's only 128 square feet, clutter shows up really fast. I found that spending just a few moments every day makes a huge difference. If I stay on top of it, the house always feels comfortable.
Before the weekend starts, I like to take another walk around the garden and see what's changed over the week. My broccoli was getting ate up by bugs, and we had a heat wave where it was 95 plus for about 3-4 days, and the broccoli bolted. So I just kind of gave up on the broccoli and pulled that out and planted cucumbers here instead, and made like my own little homemade trellis out of some branches to save some money. And they're coming up really good. They're about 2 inches tall.
Saturday is usually when I catch up on anything I didn't get done during the week. Sometimes that's weeding, watering, or just spending a little extra time outside. Sunday mornings are my favorite. There aren't any big projects today. The chores are done, the garden is watered, the chickens are happy, and I finally get a chance to slow down and enjoy everything I've worked on throughout the week. When I moved into my tiny house 3 years ago, I wasn't just looking for a smaller place to live. I was looking for a simpler life. It hasn't always been easy, but mornings like this remind me why I made the change. There's always another project waiting, another weed to pull, another plant to check on, but there's also peace here, and that's something I don't take for granted. Thanks for spending the week with me here at the Midnight Rose. If you enjoy tiny house living, gardening, chickens, and building a simpler life one day at a time, I'd love to have you subscribe. I'll see you in the next video.